Welcome back to Life to the Max. You know, it's been an interesting phenomenon, a number of different reasons for it, but outdoor hockey is again alive and well in the state of Minnesota. Yes, they fight for ice time indoors, but what they found is there's still a love for the great outdoors. The way it started, the way Herb Brooks liked it, and the way Minnesotans appreciate it. The sights tell the story. It is Minnesota on a frosty night, and there's a sense of calm in the 30 below wind chill. This is what is expected in January in these parts. It is a symbol of what makes a native unique, that they would brave these conditions because of a passion they feel for a sport that may not have been born here, but certainly has been raised. This is outdoor hockey, and it's a calling that has been revived, where some nights the MVPs are the people that come out and clear the rink.
We have them practice outside at least twice a week, all year long, so they know what it's all about as far as skating outdoors. They love outdoor skating more than they do indoor skating.
Is that frostbite on your nose?
It probably is, probably is.
But you love hockey.
Oh yeah.
And you love what it does for the kids.
Exactly.
Does it make them tougher, you think?
Yes it does, yes it does.
This is the east side of St. Paul, where one of Minnesota's founding hockey godfathers grew up, and where Herb Brooks developed his love for what would become his vocation.
Herb did a lot of his own time behind the flooding hose, and his dad did a lot of his own time, and that's why we're doing it. Herb would love it. This is what Herb believed in, is what was built hockey, was playing at the outdoor rink, and that's what built skills, having second graders playing with sixth graders and sixth graders playing with seniors in high school.
And it is in places like this that dreams are formed, then nourished.
Just growing up playing, Richfield didn't have a rink when we first started playing, and so all of our hockey was outside, and I grew up playing at Donaldson Park, and some of my happiest memories are from playing outside. The day that I got asked to go play with the big boys at the rink was my best day of hockey.
That is what it's supposed to be. And there is something about outdoor hockey that facilitates it. Mike, we talk about hockey in Minnesota. Is this the epitome of it? It's about a 30 below wind chill. The kids are ready to play, and they're going to play.
Yeah, only in Minnesota, 30 below, and kids are ready to play hockey. This is perfect.
From a Minnesota hockey standpoint, what does outdoor hockey mean to it? How important is it?
Well, if you think of Minnesota, we're really the only state, or one of the few states, that has the opportunity to have free ice time like this, and I think it sets us apart. It's part of our culture. If you look at every park, seems to have a rink at it. Nowhere else are you going to find that in the United States.
I think there was a first version, and then they...
Mike Snee is the executive director of Minnesota Hockey, and their mission is to expose and encourage the sport, a sport that seems to cultivate more interest when it's played outdoors.
I think the love for the game comes from the outdoors, and then you take it inside, and that's where you kind of work on your game, and you go outside, and that's where you try some of the things that you might not try in practice or a game, and really become a good player.
And in this state of hockey, there have been two groups that have changed the landscape in the past 15 years. One is the introduction to the sport for girls, a demographic that has taken off Minnesota style.
It's so unique to Minnesota is the level of participation of girls and women playing hockey. We all have almost 10,000 girls now playing hockey in Minnesota.
The other is the reintroduction of the NHL in the form of the Minnesota Wild.
I think it's the ultimate level of hockey, the National Hockey League. It gives kids a realistic goal of wanting to play in the NHL. Minnesota has more NHL players than any other state in the United States.
Kick it outside, right to the net!
Get a change!
Help out, Anthony! Help back, Matt! Get back, get back, get back!
I've been every place in Minnesota pretty much refereeing. Grand Rapids, International Falls, Hibbing, all over the place. And if you look at what hockey means to Minnesota, it's unbelievable.
Early mornings or late at nights making our own ice rink out here on the backside of Humboldt High School, and just having fun doing it with the camaraderie of our teammates and freezing our toes and noses and all the other little appendages that we had, just freezing those buggers off.
Everyone with a dream, and an organization in Minnesota hockey to help get them there.
I think making it fun, making it affordable, things like outdoor ice where we are today is both, makes it fun, keeps it more affordable. just promoting the game. In many areas of Minnesota, it's as much a part of the tradition and the culture of that city as anything else. Yet in some areas, the sport is still being introduced and still growing, so we want to help those areas continue to grow the game as well.
That's how it works in Minnesota. It starts with a want and a way.
And it warms my heart every night when I come down here and these rinks are full of kids.
And are they full most nights?
They are. They really, truly are. We get a lot of rink ratting just the way it should be, but we actually get some of the squirt, peewee, and bantam, and sometimes even the high school team down here practicing and actually doing their practices out here. Mostly all unstructured rink ratting the way it should be.
And you sense as you stand on the east side of St. Paul that the game has returned to its roots.
When you talk about places in Minnesota that kind of exude hockey, you can say War Road, Roseau, South St. Paul, Edina, and definitely the east side of St. Paul.
Yeah, they take a lot of pride in that, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But it seems like the pride has kind of come back in the form of things like this.
Yeah, there's a lot that kind of goes into it, especially that pride in outdoor hockey, which is also Minnesota hockey, because we're the state that can play outside.
When we come back, we'll wrap up this edition of Life to the Max. Stay with us.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.